Once I get to this point where his elbows past my center line, I want to reclose my feet in a side scissor, grab onto his opposite lat, and maintain his head here, pushing down this way. So this is the actual power half Nelson. So half Nelson from here to here, power half. So we're bringing him down. What I'm going to do from here is scoop under his leg and start pendulum swinging, right? I happen to release the leg and punch my underhook. I don't have to go here. It might be difficult if he starts. All I need to do is bring my hand in front of my own knee. Hey guys, what's up? We're here at Uprise MMA with Derek. I want to show a couple options from close guard when we're able to move the opponent's elbow past our center line and expose the back. There's a number of options that can happen from there for me, good things, but we'll look at specifically a back take today and counter to their counter with a sweep. So I have Derek in my close guard and I've broken his posture down. Main things we gotta remember is maintain their posture broken, constantly create movement with my knee pulls, and eventually start creating angles. Right now it's very hard for me to create angles because he's boxing out my hips, so I need to start getting rid of at least one side of the box out. So I'm gonna work on this side because it's closer to the camera. So we're gonna try and first break that frame to my armpit, and then try and get this elbow inside my hip line. From there, we're gonna try and get it past my center line. My center line is right here, pretty much where his head is. I wanna get his elbow under his chin and further away. Now this is gonna be a little hard, obviously, on a resisting opponent, so how do we do it? First things first, we're gonna cup the elbow here. We're gonna maintain his posture broken with the other arm, and we're gonna hip up. We're gonna hip up and down. On the way down, as I hip up, on the way down, I'm going to push. When I come down with my hips, keep your elbow in the air for a second as I come down. There is a little bit of space. This is the exact moment when we want to push. Once the elbow is past the center line, we're going to start hip escaping and bring his head in front of my chest. His tricep is blocked by my chest, his head is blocked by my chest. From here, we're going to grab around to the lat, the opposite lat, and bring the elbow aside above my head and towards my ribs. Now I'm building up to an elbow. Now my head level is higher than his head level. This is one way to get his elbow past my center line. Another way, very effective also, is provided that he's not framing here, we need to break these frames first. So how do we do that? Grab on with the one same side arm onto his head to maintain the posture. Make sure the knees are pulling at all times. Pull his hand up under my armpit and here. Now I'm going to sneak my arm this way and start doing the same thing. That might take a few tries. He's obviously going to be resisting. Maybe I'll switch from here and keep going this way. On the way down, I'm pushing. Okay, so I'm framing here and hipping up. As my hips go back down towards the floor, I'm pushing at the same time. Okay? Once this elbow goes past my center line, I'm going to create an angle. I'm going to hip out off of him and grab around towards a far lat. Then I'm going to build up to an elbow, and I want my head level above his head. Okay? Now, from here, we're going to take the back. I'm going to stretch my top leg and push with my knee onto his back. So from here, I'm going to do this. My lower leg inverts, the knee inverts towards his groin. Now I'm going to build up to a hand. At this point, the only thing that can go wrong for me is him rolling away this way. So go ahead and roll towards your left. Even if that happens, at the very least, I'm going to land in a very favorable position. So one more time. We're going to prevent that from happening, but that's something that we got to look out for. Even then, we'll end up in a mount or modified mount. We're in a good position. So first things first, he has his frames as he probably should. We gotta get rid of this. We could probably do this and get rid of it, assuming that he's not latching on too hard. And you get here, here, here. And now we start. As you notice, I'm pushing while I'm maintaining this posture down. I'm pushing on the way down, not on the way up, on the way down. Once I get to this point where his elbows pass my center line, I want to reclose my feet in a side scissor, grab onto his opposite lat, and maintain his head here. Now I'm going to build up to an elbow. At this point, my head is higher than his head. Now I'm going to kind of scissor my legs. My top leg is going to push down, my knee is going to push into his lower back, and my bottom leg is going to invert towards the floor, like this. From here, we're going to grab a diagonal control. If we want to avoid him turning away, maybe I can kind of commit my weight over to the shoulder. From here, we could go with a seat belt, but if he starts building up to all fours, it's going to be risky. Go ahead. I'm going to fall off. Seat belt is not the best option here. What I would look to do, personally, is go for the power half Nelson. So what I want to do is, I want to keep this hand here, the palm up, the palm down, facing towards the floor. The other one is going to go behind his neck. Now, when it goes behind his neck, my elbow is going to flare out. Why is it flaring out? If it's here, directly like perpendicular to his neck, I can't push him down. Look, he's very strong. When I go here, he can make a strong neck. When I go here, that's what I want, right? So once I get my hands together, I do this. Now it starts. I move down this way. I'm gonna latch onto the shoulder so it doesn't move away, doesn't slide out. The other hand is gonna go under. Notice my foot is still hooking here. And I'm gonna go into my back control. I can even go straight into the strangle. Okay? What I do with the hands, let's face the camera. What I do with the hands over here is this. I get to an S grip or 10-finger grip, and I start pushing down this way. So this is the actual power half Nelson. So half Nelson from here to here, power half. Because we're bringing him down. I want his chin and his nose start pointing towards his own chest, and I want to push his head under his chest towards his groin. Basically, that's my goal. Now, this is one option from here, and it's a great option. But what happens when he counters it by putting his head onto my shoulder and keep me flat? Once I get past the center line here, right? He does this. What do I do now? I can't do this anymore. Look, he's blocking my left shoulder. No problem. We're gonna go for a sweep. Don't forget that his arm is still stuck here, right? So what I want to do is I want to switch my control to the left. My control. His posture broken again. I'm gonna reach for this leg here. Start a little bit. Do is from here is I'm gonna reach for this leg and invert underneath. Now I'm gonna go for a pendulum sweep. From here, his arm is still blocked into my hips, right? You can't pull it out. I'm maintaining that posture down, and I'm elbow deep. Now, notice how I'm inverting. I'm gonna start pendulum swinging this leg. I wanna get in some momentum, right? As I do that, this leg is gonna axe down, and his body gonna go over my leg. I'm gonna lift, help myself with this arm. Okay, so I'm going to shoot my arm in the air like an uppercut, right here, and notice where I land. My leg stays on this side. Now, what I'll do is, I'm going to release this leg. Before I go fully into the mount, I'm going to punch my underhook, and then go into the mount from here. So this one at a time. So I managed to get the elbow past, but there he goes, blocking my shoulder. What I'm going to do from here is scoop under his leg and start pendulum swinging, right? I have an angle, I bring it over. From here, before I go all the way with my knee towards the floor, if I do that, it's going to start escaping right away. We don't want that. release the leg, before I put my knee on the floor, I'm going to release the leg and punch my underhook. I don't have to go here. It might be difficult if he starts. All I need to do is bring my hand in front of my own knee. Now I'm getting into a mount with an underhook. Okay. So these are a couple of great options for, first obviously, best option is we can take the back from the close guard. But secondly, if he counters my back take with, put his hand and block my hip movement, block my angle, then I could go into a pendulum sweep and take the mount with an underhook. Very important again. You don't want to just take the mount and let him escape with a knee and elbow escape. You want to release the leg and shoot your underhook first. You pretty much as a general rule want to go into the mount with an underhook, if possible. All right. So please like and subscribe. Thank you, Derek.